Okay, so Professor Warwick. Who's that? It's this man. What? Whoa. Steady. So I wonder if he knows Alderby. Was Alderby also a professor? I think he was. Okay, well let's say hello.
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
He died. he actually really reminds me of someone I know. Dekker died.
Is he really? Actually dead? Hmm? Not a worthy adversary after all, then.
And who are you yelling that to? A worthy adversary. Oh, that's not a question mark.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
Okay. Well, I know nothing about quantum theory. I'm not mathematically or scientifically minded. So let's ask about that. Is it quantum or quantum? Never mind.
Do you really want to know? Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
Oh. Tell me about this experiment.
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
No. Well, I mean, I heard you say in the intro, you have a casino chip. I heard you talk about it in the intro, but apart from that, no. No. What is quantum suicide?
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory.
Uh-huh.
You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't.
I kind of...
Alternate universes.
Yes.
Essentially,
Know what that
if
means.
I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive.
Yeah.
Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
See, I know about the multiverse theory. Thank you. I watch enough sci-fi nonsense. Nonsense, as if it's not an actual scientific theory. Okay. You applied that to something else? Is that what he said?
No, I don't.
What? That's what you just said.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive. Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product
How
off a
would you be able to
supermarket
choose
shelf.
that universe if
Well,
you're
I
already
simply
dead?
applied that logic to something different.
I forgot that because he's already on orange, it doesn't get any hints. Okay, How are you drinking brandy in my office? I'll just say, oh, yeah, pull up a seat, have some brandy with me. Okay, applied that logic to something else.
Gambling.
Oh, so
I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
see, I knew that casino chip was a... Ooh, nothing escapes my beady little eyes. chanced. Oh, actually, that might have said changed. My cursor might have just been in the way. You changed a parameter?
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment.
Yeah.
So I simply upped the stakes. Every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. Well, for a while.
Okay. It worked for a while.
Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back.
He killed it? Actually, I should probably put Dekker.
Nope. I think you're going to have to Google that.
Google it! Or maybe I should just put killed it, I don't know. Oops.
Do you know, you remind me of Dr. Dekker. He always used to ask me questions I didn't know the answer to.
Ha 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 ha. You're so funny. You can't get it back.
Maybe if you asked me that in a parallel universe, I actually know the answer.
Gosh. So sassy.
Gambling.
Gambler, right, yeah, actually, I did just want to ask about that.
Why not gambling? My wife, Vanessa, left me for a neurosurgeon. Do you know, she emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet. I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution.
But not like your job. Wow, okay. Do you want to talk to me about Vanessa? Probably not.
We were married for 14 years, 7 months, and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children, at least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. But part of me always thought that one day I'd achieve immortality through science and we'd be... It wasn't to be, though.
What? Immortality? What is this guy?
Are you sure that question's for me?
You're the one talking about immortality. Maybe I asked about children? Children.
I don't know.
Maybe if I spelt it right, you might know. Or you might not.
Well, yes, it bothered me. Especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
That was a... Whoa! It doesn't take rocket science, it just takes a neurosurgeon. That was brilliant. I mean, I had a gasp there. I was like, oh, scandalised.
Dr. Dekker killed it,
Right.
and I can't get it back.
Wait. Okay. Dr. Dekker killed it and I can't get it back. What can't you get back?
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox.
Oh god, what's the hangman's paradox? Hangman's paradox.
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week. But it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
Mondays, because they suck.
Well, Monday does seem likely, yes. Because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then Tuesday won't be a surprise. But if you're sure that it's Monday, then that won't be a surprise either, will it? Dekker tricked me.
Ooh.
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
Is that not just what happens when you gamble? Okay. So,
Well, my theory, quantum gambling.
yeah.
If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into...
I'm going to ask that.
I don't really know what you're getting at.
I'm trying to find your keywords, mate. Or maybe... No, okay.
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox.
So... No. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure what to take out of that to ask.
I'm not aware of that. Well, my theory, quantum gambling.
I can't
If the
believe
stakes are
I've
high
watched this
enough,
like
you
5
will win
times.
every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done.
How is it done? Can I ask?
Perhaps ask me,
I'm trying. How do you shift your consciousness?
I don't really know what you're getting at.
I'm trying to ask your secrets. It's tricky.
I don't know.
Oh, it's that time. I haven't used one in a while now, so maybe it's okay today if I ask for a hint, because I can't watch that again. Did I not try and ask that? Oh, okay. Why did Dekker hate you becoming Rick? Don't become Rick. Rich and powerful.
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science. Almost as if he'd have preferred...
Chaos.
Chaos?
Yeah, he is a chaos bringer. Ah. Oh, well, that's got me, that's had me run out of questions. Can you tell me anything about chaos?
Do you know, you remind me of...
No. Can I ask you about the paper spike? No? Have we? Murder.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Well, good. Well, I don't know what else to ask him then. I want to get him on green like I have done with my other orange ones. I don't have anything here to say that. I don't really. No, okay. Did wonder if you might tell me something. Why are you actually here?
Nope.
No.
I think you're going to have to Google
I'll
that.
Google it right now. Why is Professor Warwick here? I don't know what else to ask him. I don't have any tracks. I don't think he would say anything about the paper spike because that's really more for his other patients. Can I ask him about money?
Are you sure that question's for me?
No, not necessarily. No, I'm not sure what else to ask him. I could try another hint, I guess. I just want to get him on green. Really? Really? I have to ask him about Valentine's Day? Actually, I suppose that's... Actually, I'm going to make sure it says Valentine's Night.
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mindstretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that. I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
Oh. No, see, I would... Because we were past asking everyone what they were doing on Valentine's night, I didn't think to ask someone new about what they were doing on Valentine's night. I even started going down the route of, did you hate him? Did you hate him enough to kill him? And then it's like, I should have asked him what he was doing on Valentine's night. Will you tell me about Jaya?
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant.
Yes.
I imagine she's your lovely assistant now.
Yes.
Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. That smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
Well, I was trying to ask you. I asked you why you were here. What's your problem, mate?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay, how about yes? Let's talk about your problem.
I'm not a gambler, Doctor. I'm a scientist. I need more money. It's true I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen.
Oh, yes. Oops. Opportunity?
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want to talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
I suppose of your quantum stuff. Quantum stuff.
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette. Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor? Should I take them up on their offer?
No. That's ridiculous. 6 rounds of Russian roulette. I mean... I'm trying to think. I'm not that good on probabilities and stuff. But I mean, technically, the first time you do it, the chances are what, like 1 in 6 that you'll die. But each time you do it more, that grows, I think. I'm not entirely sure about that. But no, you should do. You should in fact just never play Russian roulette. Oh. Don't actually, hang on. What's the wording I need?
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette. Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor?
Should I take them up on their offer?
offer?
Right, that's what I want to say. No. Don't take them up on their offer.
No. No, I suppose you're right. In a darker timeline, you probably said yes, and I'm dead now.
Probably.
And good money where I work. How do I stop losing it?
Stop gambling.
I take your point. But I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it? Well, my time is up. Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me. Infectious. Isn't it?
No, wait, come back. I had more question for you. He's gone! I didn't even get to put him on green, he just left! I had another question to ask. He just got up and left. Wow, okay. Well then. I think I will do Jaya next. I do love her. She's such a gossip. I love it. Okay, well that was a session. Physics and Russian roulette and gambling and alternate timelines. Awesome.